minor who survived a molestation bid in Aurangabad is fighting for her life. The minor, who was a NEET aspirant and had scored 97% in board exams, was travelling in an auto rickshaw and was forced to jump off the speeding moving vehicle in order to escape sexual advances of the driver. The teen has sustained severe head injuries and is currently undergoing treatment. However, she has come out of the ICU, but 5 days on, she is still hospitalized. The cops have booked the driver in a sexual assault case. Aurangabad Police Commissioner visited the hospital and met the girl's family this morning. All right, we have Shweta, Shrishti as well as Ishika joining us on this story. Shweta is in fact reporting from Aurangabad. Shweta, this is a terrible incident that has happened in Aurangabad. You know, of course, question of women's safety once again coming to the fore. But currently, as far as this incident goes, what strict action has been assured by the state government at the moment? Because Eknath Shinde did give certain assurances, one, and take us through the health condition of this girl at the moment.
Well, absolutely, Radhika. This is one of the spine-chilling recent incident what we have come across, where the minor, to escape the sexual advances from the auto rickshaw driver, she decides to just jump off the running auto. Now, we are very sure that that must have really made her gather so much of guts to just escape the auto rickshaw driver while he was having obscene remarks towards her, while he was trying to make such sexual comments at the minor, and then she decided to jump off the auto. In fact, let me quickly show you the visuals where we are present. My video journalist Rajesh Khare is showing you the visuals of the minor where she actually boarded the auto rickshaw from. In fact, this is the point. Formerly it is known as Gopal Tea Center. This is a point where you will find n number of NEET aspirants coaching classes. Here there are too many coaching classes and so many students. In fact, Radhika, they come here, they take their tuitions here, and this is one of the busiest road as well. And from this particular point, the minor got in the auto the way auto are usually standing by at the road. And after that, we saw within 5 minutes, within 5 minutes, the minor even could not withstand the kind of remarks the auto rickshaw driver started looking at her, giving at her, and she decided to jump off the auto. Now, talking about the health status of the victim, now she is in her stable condition. This is what the health supervisor at the MGM hospital has informed Times Network. And after 3 days, in fact, she's out of ICU. And as far as the strict action is concerned, Radhika, while my colleague Shrishti over and again, she chased Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Chief Minister of Maharashtra, while we were chasing all the top-notch ministers of Maharashtra, we have got an assurance that strict action would be taken. But in what form? It is still the question mark here. And also we are seeing that the netas from Aurangabad are visiting her, but it is just empty lies to her, as there is no medical compensation given for the family of the victim. They are bearing the entire cost of the medical the compensation. In fact, there is no point. No one has even spoken about it. And very importantly, just while we were reporting from the hospital, the CP himself visited the family. But here everything goes very empty-handed, Radhika. If we just see what sort of action are they going to take. One thing is very fortunate, and one thing really deserves appreciation here, that within the 10 hours of rollout, the accused got arrested by the Aurangabad police. But the matter doesn't even end there. Here it has also been seen that what's next. It's only arrest cannot stop. Where is the stringent law and enforcement being put out in this city, in this state, across Maharashtra, where women can feel safe?
Certainly, absolutely. Shweta, empty promises being given, certain assurances being made, but we'll have to wait and watch out for if, any action, any strict action, strict measures will be taken. We have Shrishti joining from Mumbai. Shrishti, Mumbai is a city where maximum people use public transport, be it trains, taxis, rickshaws, and also known as the safest city. But in Maharashtra, this is an incident that we've been witness to. So has this incident sort of put fear in the minds of young women in urban centers like Mumbai, which is known as the safest city in the country?
Yes, definitely, Radhika. Right now, I'm joined with few girls of Kirti College. Let's try and talk to them. But yes, women's safety is a major thing which we talk about over and over again on our channel. But yes, it is compromised every now and then. Let's try and talk to these young girls over here. आप public transport से travel करती हैं?
हाँ करती हूँ।
हमने आपको एक इंसिडेंट नरेट किया था औरंगाबाद में जो लड़की के साथ हुआ, उसके बारे में आपको क्या लग रहा है और इसके वजह से आपके मन में कोई डर या फिर कैसी प्रतिक्रिया आती है ये सुनने के बाद?
हाँ, हाल ही में ये एक इंसिडेंस हुआ है, उससे तो ऑफ कोर्सली हमको डर लगेगा ही। तो फिर हम ट्रैवलिंग कैसे करेंगे, ऐसा हो रहा है तो हमको किधर तो डर तो छुपा रहेगा ही। तो फिर हम ट्रैवलिंग में ऑटो में और टैक्सी उबर ये कैसे ट्रैवलिंग कर सकते हैं? तो फिर ऐसा इंसिडेंट
ऑटो कंसिडर किया जाता है कि ओपन स्पेस होता है और टैक्सी क्लोज स्पेस होता है। आप जैसे बात कर रही थी हमारे साथ, तो उसके बीच में अभी आपको सोचना पड़ेगा हमेशा कि ऑटो से जाए या टैक्सी से जाए, दोनों हमें सेफ फील कराते हैं नहीं कराते, कैसे?
ऑटो तो ओपन स्पेस रहती है और उबर टैक्सी तो ऑफ कोर्स क्लोज स्पेस है। तो फिर हम कैसे ट्रैवलिंग करेंगे ना इसी से, फिर हमको किधर ना किधर तो डर रहेगा ही।
आप बताइए, हमने आपको इंसिडेंट नरेट किया था कि एग्जैक्टली औरंगाबाद में क्या हुआ, क्या लगता है आपको इस सिचुएशन के बारे में और वुमेन की जो सेफ्टी है ओवरऑल मुंबई में भी, क्या लगता है उसके बारे में?
आज भी जब हम टैक्सी से ट्रैवल करते हैं तो कहीं ना कहीं हम नंबर प्लेट वगैरह घर में इसलिए फोटो निकाल के भेजते हैं कि हमें डर रहता है कि हम अगर बाहर जाते हैं तो हमारे घर वाले हमसे कैसे कनेक्ट हो, क्योंकि टैक्सी एक क्लोज स्पेस है। और उसकी वजह से हमें ड्राइवर्स का भी डर रहता है कि उन लोग की जो रॉन्ग वे में वो लोग हम लोग को ट्रीट करते हैं। यही रीज़न है कि आज भी हम हमारे घर से कनेक्ट रहने के लिए नंबर प्लेट वगैरह घर पे शूट करके भेजते हैं।
आप हमेशा ट्रैवल करती है ऑटो से, टैक्सी से, आपको कैसी दिक्कतें आती है पब्लिक स्पेसेस में भी?
इवन पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट में भी हमें बहुत से ऐसे इंसिडेंट्स हो जाते हैं जहाँ कहीं ना कहीं लोग हमसे बहुत टची होने का ट्राई करते हैं और वो हमें बहुत अनकंफर्टेबल आज भी फील होता है। इतने इंडिपेंडेंट होकर भी आज भी हमें बाहर निकलते वक्त ये डर रहता है कि कहीं हमारे साथ कुछ गलत ना हो जाए।
आप ये भी सोचती है हमेशा कि मैं इस तरह के पहनूंगी तो शायद मुझे कोई गलत नजर से देखेगा, ऐसा होता है कभी?
आज भी इतना फ्रीडम है गर्ल्स को, कहीं ना कहीं राइट्स गर्ल्स के आज भी होते हैं कि वुमेन राइट्स एंड ऑल, फिर भी हमें ऐसा होता है कि कौन से नजर से हमें कौन देख रहा है। अगर हमने फिटिंग ड्रेस पहने तो कौन कैसा हमें वीकेंड से कौन से नज़र से देख रहा है, या शॉर्ट ड्रेस पहन लिए तो उसके ऊपर उन लोग के थिंकिंग्स क्या है, ये भी आज भी हमें सोच के चलना पड़ता है।
Thank you, girls. Thank you for joining us. So, Radhika, you heard the voices of these young girls who are just in first, second year in Kirti College, but still they fear about going out in public as they don't feel safe in public. And if they wear a particular type of dress, then of course the eye of an evil is always there on them. Radhika.
Certainly. So, right there, you heard the voices of several college students from Mumbai who are saying that, you know, they have to think twice before moving out, what clothes they are wearing and so on, you know. So, obviously, the fear is still in the minds of several of these young women, irrespective of where they are, which city they are living in. Let's go to Ishika from Delhi. Ishika, you know, Delhi is unfortunately not known as the safest city for women. There have been multiple incidents of molestation, inappropriate behavior faced by Delhi women in the streets. Now, post Nirbhaya, of course, many measures have been taken. But you are a resident of Delhi. What do you see on the ground? Do you see enough cops, enough security measures, CCTV cameras, and so on? I mean, are those measures that have been taken post Nirbhaya and post horrific incidents, are they being implemented on the ground? Do people still live in fear, as you know, we heard from several of these women in Mumbai?
Certainly, Radhika, you know, in a very tragic incident in Maharashtra where the girl had to risk her life to save her modesty, you know, this might have happened in Maharashtra, but definitely raises concern, you know, for all the women around across the country. And Delhi is, you know, one of the places where people use public transport as well, be it metro, be it buses, and the government year on year they make promises, of deploying marshals here and, law enforcers, but yet we see that the cases are continuously rising. If we talk about Delhi, Radhika, you will know that, this is one of the city that tops in the list of crime against women. Let me go across to some of them and let me take their voices as well. So ma'am, it was a very tragic incident that happened in Aurangabad where the girl had to jump off the auto rickshaw. So this definitely raises question on public transport as well.
Yes, it does, because we've been seeing as professionals that, safety is a huge concern. Everything seems to be all right during the daytime, but the moment the night comes in, you have all kind of incidents being reported, but now there's a deviation in the sense that crimes are happening in broad daylight. My experience tells me that I was lucky. I had registered a police complaint way back in 2019 against Uber for the driver harassing me. Though, the zero FIR thing often does not work in police stations, and much to the harassment of a complainant. Finally, the case was taken cognizance of by the Delhi Commission, and Uber, of course, replied. But then to what end can you chase a case? The whole point is that when you're the victim, you're already aggrieved, and you go to a police station for recourse, and even there they have all kind of, things happening where they're trying to get the aggressor off the hook. I was not given a copy of the FIR, and the story was reported by other media outlets. So, well, in a way, I think I'm lucky in the sense that being a professional, you still can reach people. What about those who do not have recourse to such things? So, yeah, it is scary. It's very disconcerting, if I must say.
Ma'am, we also see, in Delhi as well, we use a lot of public transport, be it metro and be it, buses as well. So have you experienced something similar in, buses as well?
Yeah, in buses as well as metro. But I think the metro, the security, apparatus is very strong. There are presence of security personnel in the metro station. So, women, if they are harassed, they are able to immediately, seek recourse. But in buses, I think God help us. So I would advise that if you have your own vehicle, drive it, because buses are a problem, for sure.
Ma'am, we see, every year, whatever government comes to power, they make this, their priority that, will provide women's safety, will, deploy marshals, and yet these cases keep on increasing. So this definitely, shows kind of a failure of this law enforcers and the government.
बिल्कुल लॉ एंड ऑर्डर का फेलियर है, गवर्नमेंट का फेलियर है, बिकॉज ऑफ जो ये प्रोमिसेस करते हैं उसके ऊपर ये उतरते नहीं हैं. मैंने देखा है पुलिस नो बॉदर, लोगों के कोई क्राइम हो रहा है, कोई प्रॉब्लम आ रही है, आप स्टेशन चले जाइए, जस्ट सेम दिस लेडी सेज कि आप FIR नहीं लिखते हैं. लेडीज़ को बहुत प्रॉब्लम्स हैं और ऑल वुमेन इज़ वर्किंग नाउ. तो प्रॉब्लम इज़ दिस कि ये लोग जो हैं बिल्कुल भी हमारी सेफ्टी जो है बहुत बड़ा इशू है, और गवर्नमेंट को और सारी लॉ एंड ऑर्डर को इस पे एक्शन लेना चाहिए कि भैया जिस भी एरिया में केस होता है उस एरिया के पुलिस स्टेशन में वहाँ जो भी सीनियर्स ऑफिसर हैं वो इसको उनके लिए सीनियर्स इसको टेकअप करें, और इसके लिए जो है गवर्नमेंट इज़ मोर रिस्पॉन्सिबल.
So, Radhika, you clearly heard the voices here. They are saying that this incident definitely has, raised a huge question on the public transport. And the only alternate way which we see is, use your own vehicle here. And this also has raised the question on government, which year on year makes promises on safety of women. And yet we see a failure of total government as well as the law enforcers while, these incidents happen on ground.
Right,
Over
assurance is given, nothing on the ground. Such incidents happen in every city and town. Unfortunately, the horrific incident in Aurangabad once again bringing to fore the question of women's safety across the country. Thank you, Shweta, Shrishti and Ishika for joining us with all those voices.